Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tankers of all ages, Sir Harry back, and we've got the Tier 5-6 winner for the 100 subs contest. And yeah, it's the RLV-39. People call the E25 the cockroach. I think this thing looks like a cockroach kind of merged with Pinocchio because it's got that absolutely ridiculous 90mm gun on the front of it. And we had the pleasure today of watching WB6264 on Lakeville in a Tier 6 battle. Well, barely a Tier 6 battle because WB is the only Tier 6 tank on his team, and the other team only has one Tier 6 tank as well, that being the Skoda T25. So fantastic matchmaking. Can't ask for better than this. And WB is heading out to the west flank, to the valley there. You can see the OI experimentals coming down. In fact, a lot of his team are going valley. And this is something I do not think is a strong idea on this map, unless the entire team is going to rush valley and just go, go, go and not stop. All you're asking for here is trouble. There's Artie on the enemy team. You get spotted, especially in a big, slow tank destroyer like this one with very little armor. It's got 60 on the front, 40 on the side. You know the top is weak. This doesn't move quickly, so if you are spotted, you're not going to be able to avoid any Artie. But, you know, a couple of TDs here is fine. An Artie is fine, but I certainly wouldn't want to see things like an SU-85 trying to crest the ridge, as you can see his teammate doing there, and getting absolutely obliterated. There's a T-24 up there, a T-25, an ELC spotting, and you know the Artie's got to be back there somewhere. There's a Grilla on the enemy team. That's a fairly fast-firing mid-tier artillery that is pretty devastating when it's in a battle like this. And yeah, his team is definitely going a little too heavy valley, I think. The Chaffee on the middle road, though, is doing some good spotting work. You can see there's a Stug 3 supporting him, T-67 supporting as well in the middle. That's great. Not a lot of his team went down, just a couple of mediums. So that's not going to work out too well, I think, in the end. There's a few TDs there down the south too, the Martyr. If the enemy decides to push City, I would definitely say WB's team is going to be in trouble and is probably going to get flanked pretty quickly. You can see some early kills by the enemy. They're already down 3-0. WB is being patient there. Oh, unlucky bounce there off the Skoda. This 90mm gun's not actually that bad. It's got 212 pen, which is amazing for Tier 6, 240 average damage. So, you know, it can definitely deal out the hurt. This is a good spot for it, but I would say there should just be one sort of lighter medium tank just this side of the ridge, spotting the enemies, letting the TD and the RD sort them out. And yeah, there's definitely too many guys here. Oh, and there's 2 kills in quick succession for WB, bringing the scores back now. It's 3-2, now 3-3 as one of his teammates gets a kill. And there's a nice big hit. Again, that 90mm gun on the ARLV-39 dealing out the damage. So at this early point in the battle, it looks like the enemy team has not decided to push City. In fact, they look like they've got a lot of tanks in the middle as well. And just the Type T-34 on the enemy team in City, and now there he takes out the Czech tank there. And City's wide open again. If there's anybody coming in behind that Type T-34, WB's team could be in a world of hurt. But right now it's all about this giant slugfest in the valley, and his teammates continue to try to push that ridge, that OI experimental now moving up and trying to poke over. That does have a pretty derpy, devastating gun at Tier 6, Tier 5, but yeah, if he comes up over, and especially if Artie gets involved, the OI experimental does not have a lot of armor, and he's going to get picked apart quickly. And you can see there, he just took a hit, and he's probably a one-shot or a two-shot for the tanks on the other side of the enemy ridge. So now the Chaffee's pulled back off the middle road, and in fact gets taken out. And you can see now enemy tanks are starting to come out of the village and start to flank his teammates over in the east there. The M3 Lee is in amongst the houses. He gets taken out. And now the friendly T-34 is going to push up to try to stem this flow of enemy coming out of the city. The T-67 gets killed. That was one of the better players on WB's team. So yeah, they're definitely in some trouble. And oh, now they're starting to push middle road here. Who's that coming out? Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're getting picked apart now. The middle's fallen, and you can see yeah, it's 10-10 now. They're definitely taking pressure from both sides. And his team's going to have to definitely do some good fighting here if they're going to survive this one. You see that Type T-34? That's, again, the best player on the enemy team, poking out a City, trying to take out the friendly T-34. And the middle road is wide open. I would not be surprised if that Panzer T-25 rounds that band. There he is right there. Yeah, okay, so WB's got his work cut out for him, gets one shot into him, takes a hit. The T-25 there is flanking. Luckily, his platoon mate in the Bishop puts a big shot into that T-25 before he can scurry for cover down behind those rocks. So WB was very fortunate there. If that T-25 had focused on him, maybe tracked him, he probably could have been killed pretty quickly. Now the enemy artillery gets involved as the Bishop, his friend in the platoon there, gets killed by the Guerrilla. And things are pretty tense right now. 11-11, that Skoda T-25's lurking back there, and you can see now there's actually a Stug come down as well. So the Stug is going to have to come around a corner. He can't just drive up sideways and use a turret, because of course he doesn't have one. And oh my goodness, yeah, no, WB's team is definitely in trouble now. 11-12, the enemy's leading. That full health Stug 3 is coming up. And let's see if WB can get a shot into him. Nice big hit. Wow, that 90 mil gun, again, 240 average damage. Took most of that Stug's hit points away. WB takes another hit, though, now, and he's getting pretty low on health before he takes out that Stug 3. And you can see there, holy cow, the enemy artillery, the Guerrilla, actually tracked him there. And now that T-25 bounced off him. I think he was shooting for the big machine gun turret on the top of the ARL there. Not particularly well armored. Very lucky for WB to bounce that shot. And now he's in the position where he doesn't have a turret, and he's trying to somehow play the dance of death around this rock against this T-25. And there's an enemy artillery that we know is probably up in the northeast corner if he's putting shots in on WB from where he is now. He may even have come into the town. And the T-25 comes out, and oh, what a mistake. He does get another hit into WB there, and WB is now on, what, 3 hit points? That was extremely lucky. Guerrilla misses him. He is living the charmed life right now in this very awkward turretless French tank destroyer. And if the artillery even comes close to him now, he's pretty much toast. So it's 13-13. There's the Guerrilla and the enemy Hetzer left. And if that Hetzer is firing high explosive, he doesn't have to pen WB either. He can just splash near him and kill him. And then that poor little martyr is going to be made quick work of, probably by the Hetzer again, who can one-shot him if he's got the big 105mm gun. So things are pretty tense. Tie game. WB on almost no hit points. He's going to pull forward to a bush here, and I think he's expecting that Hetzer to push forward through the town. So let's see if he can get the shot. I'd be really worried right now because he knows his flank is exposed to that artillery. So if he does get hit, he is toast, and this game is as good as over. So he's going to patiently take up his position. There's the Hetzer. He's on a, that must have been the Martyr 30AT putting a shot to him. WB finishes him off. Wow, what a great combination of shots there from the 2 tank destroyers on the friendly team. WB is on 7 kills right now with just the artillery left. Now, he knocked down a wall, he knocked down a tree. If that Guerrilla is paying attention to his last known location, he's probably seen WB's heading up onto the middle road. And the Martyr, he may not know where the Martyr is, but you can see the Martyr there heading back through the friendly cap. I think he's planning to go up through the valley to try to flank the Guerrilla. Okay, that might work, but it's going to take him a long time to get there because that terrain up that western valley on this map is very swampy, very high terrain resistances, and it takes a long time to move up through that gap. So WB's taking the initiative here. Wow, what a gamble this is. Again, being on solo hit points and going up mano a mano against an artillery, he's definitely playing it risky. He's going to park here, and wow, what do you know? There's the Guerrilla. Guerrilla parks, aims, but no, WB gets him. That is his 8th kill. What a gamble that was. Amazing job. So not surprisingly, WB got an ace tanker in the RLV-39 and a Radley Walters. I've never come even close to that in this tank destroyer. What a great job. 1,045 base XP, 2,268 damage with that 90mm gun. Fired 18 shots, 16 hit, 14 penned, and made a 30,000 credit profit. WB 6264, just an unbelievable game in a very difficult to play tank destroyer. Well done. Didn't hurt that you were the only tier 6 tank on your team and there was only one on the enemy team, but that doesn't take away from what you did here. Again, I've never even come close in this thing. So congrats, you're the tier 5-6 winner in the 100 subs contest. Your Matilda 4 will be showing up in your garage soon. Thanks everybody for watching. If you liked what you see, please consider clicking like, and hey, consider clicking subscribe if you want to see more. Let me know what you thought in the comments. This is Sir Harry. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers.